it became very apparent that we were going to have some very destructive force hit Puerto Rico.
I was in Miami just before Maria hit, watching the storm, communicating with our emergency response folks, making sure that we were ready and prepared to support Roberto.
When we were notified about the potential impact of Hurricane Maria, we immediately started working on a plan to get ready for that impact.
We continued to watch this thing as it became closer and closer, and we knew that it was going to be a direct hit.
In 48 hours, it suddenly became like a Hurricane 5.
We are tracking Hurricane Maria.
The winds are ferocious right now. I fear that this is going to be catastrophic.
Part of the plan was to have somebody here at the switch. The switch is the brain of the network.
Roberto volunteered to stay in the switch all night. We said, you know what, we need to be able to see what's going to happen.
We start seeing flying objects through the windows.
Roberto let me know that water had penetrated the ceiling.
We put all our focus on stopping the water.
We watched a lot of sites start dropping off. Every site was down in Puerto Rico. The only one that was left open at that point was the one at the switch. And it just turned red. I didn't know whether they were alive, and it really scared me to death.
There are areas of the island decimated.
All of Puerto Rico is still without power and may have no electricity for months to come.
The storm stayed over Puerto Rico for 12 hours. We didn't know what the impact to the switch was, what shape the staff was here.
Puerto Rico looked like a bomb had been dropped in it.
We arranged for airplanes to start transporting recovery equipment and personnel. The whole flight over, you could see the debris fields from houses and everything else. I was so anxious to make sure that Roberto and team were okay. It just absolutely was crushing me not knowing what was going on. We loaded up all of our gear and began the journey to the switch. The roads were filled with people trying to search for signal, to call somebody for help.
When Tony arrived, I just hugged him.
That was probably one of the best hugs I've ever gotten in my life. When we saw each other, he was surprised that we'd even made it. And he's like, "How did you get here?"
From that moment on, we knew that we're ready to go.
The priority was making sure everybody was safe. There's a huge sense of responsibility.
If we didn't move fast, there were going to be a lot of people dying in the center of the islands.